Okay, well, this morning's video, I'm watching this guy, Alex Steele, forge a meteorite. And that's actually a bit of meteorite, and he's actually able to forge it there, as you can see. He's put some grooves in it, so he's forged it there, and it had me thinking. A few seconds ago in this video, he said, I'm actually forging a 5 billion year old meteorite piece of metal. 5 billion years old. There's lots of different metals in there, but the point is what he said about the age had me thinking. 5 billion years is a long time frozen in second dimension in time as a physical object. 5 billion years is a long time to be frozen or physical. You know, and metal is a very good show of what a frozen creation is. And I'm talking about that everything that is physical is essentially higher light. And if we presuppose it's all higher light and moving light, yes, blah, blah, blah. But so what I'm trying to teach you is that, you know, everything physical is higher light condensed, basically, at the very basic way to say it. And, you know, but you also add this notion of things are frozen into time and things are frozen into space. So the thing is frozen, it has a time cell and a body, and it is a piece of metal, you know, it's a physical object. So I say that's a frozen object, yeah? Because everything that's moving up in the highest dimension, that's the absolute dimension where it all already exists, in its essence, is, you know, it's not physical, it's not frozen, it's like moving light. And it's really hard to describe the upper dimensions, or the numinous dimensions, but anyway, what I wanted to say was, it got me thinking about chi, energy, and renewal and regeneration of our cellular body, because, you know, we're 10 times more bacteria by number, so I'm talking about us, within the bacteria ball, that is the human body. I'm talking about our cells, you know, which really, our cells are us. They orchestrate and vectorize our higher light down into creation. Our cells are like the conscious parts, they're the highest vibratory parts. That's more considerable as us, as who you really are, your cells, right? Rather than all the parasites which make you act different ways and blah blah blah. They're also kind of you, because they're making you change, but I'm trying to stick with that you are your cells. Anyway, when he said he's forging a 5 billion year old piece of something made out of stuff, or metal, made out of atoms, yeah, electrical frozen light, I thought, well, that's interesting, because it's like the light is frozen in the second dimension. It's like electrical frozen light. You know, the valence shells are hard, it's called metal, it's not wood, it's not plastic, it's less malleable, it's harder, yeah? There's more electrons in the valence shell, right? Because, you know, that's why mushrooms are so good in space, because their electron shell is so dense, and I'm pretty sure in metal there's a lot of electrons in the valence shell, isn't it? I mean, I haven't looked, and I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Harder things have more electrons in the valence shell, or electricity basically in the valence shell, or the electron shell around an atom. Yeah, so it's a piece of frozen something made out of stuff, is the point. That's 5 billion years old in time, that's the second point. And the third point was that the concrescence, or the thought that came to me, the realization or the epiphany was that chi energy, or, you know, in this case he's using heat, yeah? He's forging with heat, very high temperatures, and that's why it's glowing. But chi energy is like thermodynamic energy for our life force energy. It's called life force energy, blah blah blah. But it's like heat as well, and it heats you up. And you can even go on Guinness World Records and see a chi master heating up a wet towel until it steams at like 90 degrees. So, I mean, that's all recorded very professionally at Guinness World Records studio there. No fucking about. And you know, we've got other examples out there, like that guy on the YouTube channel who's put some petrol on a bit of paper, and then he's chi energied the petrol into flames with his chi energy coming out of his hand. You know, when you practice this for like 50 years, yeah, you can do that. Can I do that? Not yet, no. And I would have to practice more than I currently even practice my chi. I don't even practice enough, and probably not even all of the right techniques for that, which I could figure it out, but because it comes naturally to me. So I am like the master that was 2,000 years ago, who brought Reiki, who realized chi, etc. I am one of those guys. They're called indigos, and we're novelty complexes in reality. Anyway, so what's going on here is I realized that, so chi energy is like that too. When we heat our body up, our metabolism starts going because of the chi energy. When we get our chi energy going, it's like metabolistic force, whereas, say, Shen from the heart, because chi is made lower in the chakras, you know, like in the bottom danjian near the stomach, you might say, the stomach brain. And then it turns into Shen, which is like auric energy and really light, nice energy. And then, you know, no one talks about this, but up in the crystal room, or the third eye region, the third eye chakra region and the crown, they join together, and you can get the Dop Danjian going, or crystal room, or Eye of Horus diagram that the Egyptians had. The limbic brain for the scientists. Once we get that area going with chi, it's by that time the chi has turned into Shen, then into Wu Ji, which is like cosmic exemplified thought, or real your own thoughts, and real epiphanies coming, and you riding the light streams below you, sort of thing, you know, or you picking up on universal information. Anyway, so when we enlighten ourselves with chi energy, we're heating ourselves up like this bit of meteorite here, or what you do with a bit of metal when you're forging it. And yeah, so what I was going to say was, and then I had the second thought, so yeah, okay, that's one piece of the puzzle only, because you heat up. But then when he's forging it, he has to bang it, or he has to mold it. Now, replace the hammer and molding, you know, the bit of molten meteorite or metal in this case is our like metabolism, and yeah, basically let's just say it's our metabolism. The chi energy is in there, it's heating it up, but then we have to mold it. And you know, I'm trying to analogize to our health. This is like a health idea I'm putting forth here. I should have maybe said at the start of the video. But yeah, so imagine that the hammer which is molding is your mind. So your mind is going to have to mold your metabolism, and we can consciously do that if we go and then ground out. Sit on the earth barefoot, put your feet up, and it has to have, you know, the K1 meridian spot connecting to the earth, not just your tailbone with your legs crossed. Okay, that's not doing it. We need to have the ball of the big toe on the dirt. Okay? Simply put, it works much better. I've been surfing my whole life. I'm not just copycatting like David Wolf or something. I know this shit off by heart. So anyway, then I was thinking, you know, the chi energy here is heating it up and making it more malleable. That was essentially today's epiphany in the morning. Here I've woken up, it's 8 o'clock, and I'm going to go chill out now. But there you go, there's today's epiphany, you know. With chi energy, and you do get that while you're grounding. Not at the start. First, your grounding process for the first like hour is letting go. But once you let go, sometimes you can get like into a bored stage. Okay, that's enough of letting go today. There's other things, other bad minerals we could be letting go. The gases, positive charge gases out of our body while we're grounding. But, you know, sometimes they're trapped in there too well, and your body will just sort of realize, okay, it's too hard to push the rest out, and there's a turning point where you're grounding, where you let go, and then suddenly you sort of pull back in. You're not letting go, you start pulling energy back in, and your chi increases. Okay, so grounding is an important part of increasing chi for all the chi masters out there. Check it out, do it. And, you know, if you watch Mantak Chia, for instance, where he does that thing where he sort of glues himself via chi to the ground by standing really sturdily, you know, I'm sure grounding could help you guys, you chi masters out there with that. Anyway, so today's lesson was chi energy and molding the metabolism. And the hammer here is your mind, okay? So when you're grounding, you gotta let go of the positive charge pain thoughts, all the people harassing you in your life, forgive everyone, blah blah blah. You let go of all the pain, and then you start sucking up pure fifth dimensional chi energy. And this ionization is part of that too, you know, like there's negative chi and there's the positive charge chi, which is like sickening chi or acidic chi. So just, you know, play with it. But yeah, so that was today's epiphany. Heat your body up with chi energy, then mold your body's metabolism and yourself, just your body, your immune system, whatever, with your mind, because the chi heats it up and it gets it malleable. It gets it being able to be affected by your mind, okay? And psychedelics help this, not just grounding as well, okay? That's the asymptotic part. Benjamin Kaumberg, www.consciousazine.com. Here's my YouTube channel.